See, that's the other thing. Like, who's to say there isn't something gross under her nails that I don't want under my skin? Don't fucking scratch me.
There absolutely is. Nails are nasty.
Fine.
She was a snake girl I met on a park bench. They're not fine.
You met her on a park bench?
Well, it was the bench outside the hotel. She was out there.
Okay.
Wow.
Well, that's more natural. So you just, hey, having a cigarette?
Convenient
I mean,
hotel.
she was crying when I found her, so.
She was what when you found her?
Crying.
About what?
She was tearful. She had some kind of, I don't know, fight or an argument with her associates.
I was just threatened with an iron.
And you're like, hey, I've got a happy serum. It takes a little work to get it out.
I'll tell you what, I usually don't approach women, and when I do, it usually isn't like, oh shit, I'm just gonna fuck her now. Like that's a real home run, I'll admit. But I was so horny because we just had left a strip club. I don't go to strip clubs a lot, but we had went to one, and I was like, now I remember why we don't go to strip clubs. Like we just spent like $500 to get horny. Like what the fuck was that?
Damn, that was a horrible deal.
It's like I just saw an asshole wink at me for $20 a minute. Like, and now I'm back at my hotel, and there this like cute-ish girl was on the bench. So.
I was gonna ask on a 1 to 10 scale, like, was it any port in the storm?
At best, you know, like,
but you have a heart.
She wasn't ugly, and she wasn't like saggy and gross or fat. She was so
like
it was a real win. It was 1 a.m. outside my hotel. She was the best. She was a 10.
She was the best girl on that whole bench.
Yes,
she was the hottest girl.
Her best
outside.
attribute is she was there.
Yeah, she was the hottest girl outside the Best Western at 2 a.m.
She's scratching and getting tied up. Like,
well, that's not good though. For Kyle, Kyle doesn't like.
I know Kyle's not all this stuff, but for Woody,
well,
like I'm married,
that you just the best part. Yeah, like the best part. I tell it again because Dick's here, but he hasn't. She liked to be hit, and she kept telling me to hit her harder and harder and harder, and I'm incrementally slapping her harder and harder, and my increments are small because I don't want to hurt her, and but we've gotten to the point where I'm hitting her pretty fucking hard. Like I would not want to be hit as hard as I'm hitting her. You know
Are you hitting her? Are you slapping her?
I'm slapping her in the
your
face.
Ass?
I'm giving her like in the face, full face slapping with my full hand.
Cool.
Like, and I'm starting off at like 6 inches from her face. She's like harder every time.
Yeah.
And so anyway, that was our evening together. The next day, my cousin comes into the room. He's pissed because he didn't get. It's a double room. That was his bed. You know what I mean? We've been fucking in the room all night. He had to sleep in the truck. So he's pissed off.
Scott?
It's 8 a.m. Scott comes in. We got to work at 10. We got to go like record all day filming this video. And he's just like, dude, I didn't get any fucking sleep in that goddamn truck. People in and out of the parking lot, this and that. He's legitimately mad. And just then she comes out of the bathroom with like a towel wrapped around her head from like her shower. And I go, it's not my fault. It's hers. Come here, you bitch. And I grab her, turn her around, and smack her in the face like 8 out of 10 hard.
like turn her.
Ow! and I turn around at Scott and I was like, should I give her a little more or something like that? And he's just like, oh fucking hell. I'm sorry. Oh no, it ain't your fault, honey. No, Kyle, don't hit her no more. It's just like, all right. You sure I'll give her enough? No. It was just so good.
She's like, really? Are you sure, Scott? I could use another one.
I was bad.
She played along so well. It was so fucking funny. I gotta bring that up to him next time I see him. That was one of my favorite little moments. But yeah, I don't want to get fucking scratched by anybody or anything. I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't want to be scratched.
Yeah, I'm not on that team.
No hickeys either. Don't be fucking like breaking my skin and like wounding me. That's not what we're here for.
Or spit upon.
You
know, when you see like someone spit in a professional sport. Yeah.
Spat upon.
There's something spat upon. Yeah. It's just disgusting. Some guy in the NHL spit on someone just a couple weeks ago and they suspended him for a few games.
You know, a word I hate? Spittle.
Like what a baby gets or old people.
No.
At either bookend of life.
Was the name for like a bit of spit, if you will. Like
singular.
Like spittle, like some spittle would fall from your lip.
Yeah, that might be
it. Not?
Yeah, no, I don't know.
Yeah, that's what it is.
I think you're right.
But is that the worst, right? Like another dude spitting in your face? Is there anything like you'd much rather get slapped?
I wouldn't.
I'd rather get punched than slapped.
I wouldn't want to be molested. That would be the worst.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh no,
definitely.
Never again.
Never again. 3 times is enough, I say.
like
Boom,
every
Terry
New
Crews thing,
Year's.
where they just cupped his butt and maybe touched his taint. To me, that is way less of an offense than spit on my face.
Dude, he pulled him close, reached back, and gave him 2 fingers in the gooch. Like
Yeah.
Who did
gooch.
this?
Yeah,
That executive to the big black muscle guy who's an actor on
Terry
TV.
Crews.
Oh, I
Terry
don't like
Crews.
that.
Yeah.
No.
yeah. I like
And Terry
it, though.
Crews complained, and they took the other guy's side. They're like, "Oh, be a man, this and that. Oh, if that happens, you'd hit him." And it's like, you want me to hit the rich white executive who just molested me in front of a bunch of rich white people
No,
at
I
a rich
want you
white
to give
people
him a
house?
hickey.
Can you
Show him
imagine
his
if
balls.
the
You're Terry Crews?
man, that I didn't like that at all. I didn't like that at all. That
We're
story.
snide.
I like. I went to prison with a guy who was related to Terry Crews.
Such a
And,
great way to start stories.
I'm gonna use it too.
Was that your opener for the bench girl?
Yeah. I
went
told
to
her that.
prison
She
with a guy who knows
dude,
Terry
she was
Crews.
sopping when she heard about my Terry Crews story.
Yeah.
Frothing.
Oh, she couldn't get enough. Yeah, if Terry Crews can be taken advantage of like that, when our Hollywood careers take off, we won't be safe either.
Never. Dick, I've got a hot take